Are smart cities a cybersecurity disaster waiting to happen? That's what we're talking about on today's Tread Talk. There are a number of things to be not excited about, in my opinion, as it relates to smart cities, and not really a ton to be super excited about, in my personal, humble opinion. I think if I was to play devil's advocate with myself, I would say there are certainly opportunities for efficiency. There are certainly opportunities I don't know. I think that all those opportunities exist in a non-smart city where the individuals are in charge of, have autonomy around what type of technology they use, but that's kind of core to my existence. Now, I'm going to talk specifically about cybersecurity in this Tread Talk, but I do think not only is there a major cybersecurity issue with smart cities, I also think there's civil liberty issues at play with smart cities. Now, if somebody chooses to go live there, that would solve the civil liberty issue, right? Just you make your choices. But I don't think that I worry about it as this is how we do stuff perspective. But let's talk just about cybersecurity today. So the first issue with smart cities and cybersecurity is that there's a massive attack surface. So if you think about a city as a group of companies filled by people that live within the city, and then boil it down to how challenging it is for one company to manage cybersecurity well. Now take that and expand it to the entire city. I'm not saying it can't be done. I might be saying it can't be done, but I'm not explicitly saying it can't be done. But it's just a major attack surface. That's a hard thing to do. It's a lot of responsibility that could fall on not enough people or not enough responsible parties. As happens in government, responsibility, it can be easy to push into another area, which results in things not getting done. And, at a major attack surface, that could be a problem. Could be. Problem number 2. I'm just going to have to cut this one. Potential issue number 2 on the cybersecurity front is the devices, just in general. So you would either have to build the city from scratch with all devices that you were knowledgeable of, and then you would have to tell the community these are the devices that you could use, which is good fucking talk. But also, as the world goes forward, things change pretty rapidly, and devices can go out of spec pretty quickly. If you're going to bring an entire smart city system of technology together, there just has to be some type of preparedness for how to handle all of those IoT devices that will inevitably need to be managed as they are no longer in compliance, because that's what happens with devices. Number 3, and I kind of touched on this in number 1, it's the issue from a governance perspective that there's so much that needs to be done, and there are so many different stakeholders. The idea that one overarching, it might be a challenge for one overarching organization to be able to understand everyone's needs well enough to meet them from a cybersecurity perspective. Problem number 4, something goes wrong, it goes really wrong. It's not like, if one electric company gets shut down, or if one internet provider goes down, there's all these other resources that can be capitalized on so that it doesn't create pandemonium. But if you have a smart city, it seems to me like it could be easier to put that city into a circumstance that could be chaotic. I think there's something to be said in diffusing the dispersing of responsibility and of execution, segmenting all that important stuff has its own element of defense. And when you bring it all together, I think you lose that. Now, you could set things up in a way to have that segmentation, perhaps, but is it reinventing the wheel at that point? Do we already have that exists that we just need to improve? I'm not entirely sure. Number 5 is the availability of talent and resources. So again, I alluded to the idea of small businesses and even enterprise businesses struggling with cybersecurity at a high level. And a lot of it is related to talent and efficiency. So if we struggle at a company level, is the move, to try to, it just almost seems like hubris, like, well, we'll put the smart city together. Like, okay, like, we'll see. The last problem from a cybersecurity perspective to consider is that the way we approach security from an economics perspective is typically as an afterthought, and the design process, especially with non-technical things, domains of the economy, security is typically, especially cybersecurity, is typically an afterthought. So again, I think putting all your eggs into one attack surface area is potentially dangerous. But I don't know. Maybe the argument is that each city is its own, node, so to speak. But I struggle to see that being more efficient and effective than just improving the system that already exists. Tell me what you think.